exclusive content up there along with scams and whatnot. All you got to do is text LINK to be a part of that. If you're a P1, you need to be a part of that. Nico, why are you not a part of that? I don't know if you are, but you should be if you're not.
Yeah.
LINK, LINK to 71090. So, my name is Jake. I have a daughter. I have a son. And boy, did my daughter yesterday. Like, I yelled. I got mad.
Oh, like you were
I got
screaming?
Mad enough to where I'm like, okay, did Google Home pick that up? I don't want to rehear that. And because she's got this little teenage attitude.
Yep.
And I know I had one, but I don't know if I had one like she has one, and I don't know if that's between a girl and a boy. Like I don't know. I know I had one, but I don't have one. I didn't have one like that.
You used to say to your dad, "Yeah, well, I'm going to tell Mom that you smoke weed," and then you would win that argument.
It only happened twice. This girl's just moody.
Okay.
And thank God she never has to say that to me. But now, like,
because she will never find out.
I mean, she was home for right.
Because I'm sneakier than Pops.
30 seconds she was home. And she's like, I want hey, Dad, can I have chocolate chips? And I go, no.
Wait, just like a handful of them?
Just she wanted a bowl full of chocolate chips that you bake with.
Yep.
Or put in peanut butter. And I told her, well, why don't we you just got home from school, why don't we do anything that seems a little bit better? I tried being a little bit of a parent here, you know what I mean?
Like, you can't have chocolate just for a meal.
Right. That. I'm like, do you want cereal? Do we want at least get some,
fiber?
Milk? Do you want fight? Yeah, right. And I'm thinking, well, why don't we do, instead of that, why don't we do something that could probably fill you up just a little bit so you're not just snacking all the way to dinner? Boy, oh boy. You might as well, I don't know, told her something that's like you can never drive again, or you're never going to get a car, or I'm going to take your mountain bike away, or you're never going to get a cell. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care about a cell phone, but because she lost it. And she gave me all kinds of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got mad because I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I would have kept my cool a little bit more. But the only way I thought to, like, how I don't know how else to get through with her unless I raise my voice. And I know that's such a bad. I know that there's other ways to do that, but I don't know what the other ways are to do right now because I've done it for a while.
I mean, you do. I think yelling is okay.
Yeah, right. And a long story short is I think I'm buying her a full suspension mount.
I don't know how we got there.
I feel so bad.
You can't go long story short on this one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I am looking at one for her though, but I don't plan on buying it right away.
Does she not? I thought she didn't want to do that anymore.
Mountain bike? She wants mountain bike. She just doesn't want to do the she's more advanced than, she's not into racing and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, back to the yelling. I hate, and you always feel bad
after you yell.
After you yell, you just do, and I don't want to be that guy. And then then as the kid, they own you for a while because they feel bad and they're sad and they know that they reacted, but then they can't yell because I'm older and I have a deeper voice, so they can't just yell back at me.
They can't win that yelling off.
So they just own you, and again, I wish I wouldn't have done that, and I know I probably shouldn't apologize to her for that, but I did, and I'm like, I shouldn't have reacted that way, but also you shouldn't have reacted the way that you did too, and I'm like, Pipes, I'm saying I'm apologizing. Do you want to say anything? Like I'm waiting. Like I'm like I want to be your friend, but it's so hard sometimes when you do that. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I need to go on flipping Maury, and then she's not that bad. She's actually a really good kid. And then
they come out and they're just like, "You're not the father," and be like, "I didn't even take a paternity test." How did this happen?
Somebody said, Jake, just wait until she becomes a teenager. It gets worse.
Like a real teenager.
And I thought about that. When this was taking place, I'm like, how is this going to be in like 4 years?
Yeah, it's probably going to be rough.
Hi, who's this?
My name is Jason.
What's up, man?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. When I have a kid ask for something from me, I'll give them a choice. I'll let them I heard that in psychology that's the thing to do is give them a choice.
Okay.
Would you rather have this or this? A lesser punishment or whatever, instead of having...
So instead of doing the chocolate chips, you could be like, let's do this. Why don't either cereal or whatever? Just don't put the chocolate chips into that scenario. I got you. That's a good tip.
Spanking.
Or you could do it in like an alternative, instead of having chocolate chips, granola with chocolate chips in it. Those little mini chocolate chips. Okay, yeah. It's like a compromise.
Yeah, it's a really good tip. Thanks, man. Appreciate you making me feel worse.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Thank you. And I did tell her, I'm like, do you want cereal? And she's like, yeah, but you won't give it to me. I go, what are you talking about?
I'm literally offering it to you.
I go, why are you arguing with me? Like, you're like wanting to argue.
Yeah. Well, people sometimes like that.
Sometimes it be like that?
Sometimes it just be like that.
Cool. Exciting.
Yeah, it's not.
So she was really cool. I mean, after she gradually snapped out of it.
Yeah.
And again, the whole moral of that story is, man, it's funny. You don't want to lose your cool as a parent, and then when you do, they just own you because you feel rotten.
Yep.
I feel rotten for yelling and making her feel sad, and then I feel like also like. And it was all down because of chocolate chips. You know what I mean? I lost my cool because of that. That seems her reaction to it and not getting him. Okay, she's 11. I'm 40, and I lost my cool over that, and it's embarrassing. And then
and
I don't know.
It always sucks when you think about it too, like after the fact, and you're just like, would it really be that big of a deal if you just had like a little handful of
and then I couldn't.
But then you can't just let them have it.
Because Angie walked in, and I'm like,
oh, damn.
Yeah, Piper and I are like arguing a little bit. We're fighting. And I told her the story, and she looked right at me and said, you do not give them to her now. Because she knew there was a chance that I could be like, here's just 6 bowls of them because I feel bad. You know what I mean? Here's the old bag. Put some milk in it, and that will... But she's like, you can't because you got to put your Angie's so great, too, at listening to what happens and always taking my back on the scenario. I am so bad
at taking her back,
and I need to get better at that. Where something they'll be arguing, and I'll be like, "Well, hold on, wait, what's happening?"
Yeah,
and then Piper will say it, and I'll be like, "Angie, well, you don't have to." And like I'm almost taking Piper's side, and I may do that to get some. To get to where, I don't know if I do it this way, but in that situation, maybe I'm doing it to be like, I'm the good parent. Angie, just relax. She's a kid, and I got to get better at that because you really need to have your.
I do the same thing.
You do, okay, good. That makes me feel
I'll
better.
be like, dude, she's 5. Like she's 5. Like you got to give her some kind of a break. And then I think back and be like, oh wait, no, I should be taking her side more.
Okay, good. So
yeah.
we both do that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we're
that's
both
a dad thing.
Yeah, we're both. Oh. Well, it's the fun parent thing I think to do.
Well,
and it's not saying that it being that because I believe there needs to be a more lenient parent and a more strict parent because if you have 2 lenient parents, you get kids who smoke weed at the age of 14. And if you have 2 restrictive parents, I think you have kids who smoke weed at the age of 14.
I want to show you a picture that I took that's kind of summing up what we're talking about. Dang it, I deleted all of my pictures.
I just did that the other day too. I went through and I took out basically a lot. Actually, at this point, if somebody took my phone, they'd be like, "Do you even have kids? You have no pictures of them. It's all just nudes of yourself."
Let's see if I can just find it really quick. It's nudes of yourself. What are you doing, dude? I just really like me.
Yeah, I just really enjoy me. While you look for that, hi, I'm Tanner. I'm the other host of the show, and I get a vasectomy tomorrow, which is fun.
Oh, yeah, exciting.
And then yesterday, my kid did a weird thing. Not weird, but like the way that she said it, it was so funny. And then she got mad because I laughed at what she said, but she was being serious. I picked her up from school, and she was like, Dad, can we go to the store and get some gum? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, I didn't get any oopsie slips, which is what like a detention, but for a 5-year-old.
Right.
And she was like, and I didn't even get yelled at today, except for one time when I wasn't listening 2 times. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened? And she was like, I didn't get yelled at, but one time when I wasn't listening, I got yelled at 2 times.
So
and
I get that.
Like, so you got yelled at a few times today.
And so I like how I'm going to start using that.
Yeah, I didn't get yelled at except for one time when I wasn't listening. 2 times.
Oh, damn, that's just so cute. You're like, wait, let's go get you something.
Yeah,
that's
I laughed the whole time. She's like, I don't like it when you laugh at me. And I was like, but did you hear you?
I really like that. That's cute. See, that's the thing, man. It's like then they do stuff like that, and you're like, you're adorable. Well, mine's 11 right now, so they're that cute stuff is going away. Like Vienna, that's some cute stuff still.
Yeah.
So I can't find the picture, but it kind of sums up what we were talking about dads kind of being the fun parent. The mom's got to be the one who puts, I don't know.
Make sure that they become a functioning member of society.
They're just not eating cereal every day. And we went in to do Dewey's classwork, or I'm sorry, what the hell do you call that?
Homework?
No. We went in to do
parent-teacher
conference, and there was some schoolwork up on the wall that the kids did, and it was Frankenstein, and what gets you mad, and what gets you cranky, and they're learning how to write and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And not only on Dewey's, but I read a lot of kids, and I took pictures of them, and I was going to read them, but I deleted them all. I can't find them. And Dewey's makes me cranky when mom won't take me to Legoland.
Yeah.
And Angie's like, what? He's never even said that he wanted to go to Legoland. Yeah, where is Legoland?
Yeah, are you talking about the Lego store, or is there an actual amusement park?
Yeah.
Did you make up an amusement park and then get mad because your mom won't take you?
It makes me cranky when mom makes me brush my teeth. And then there was another one, and she looked at me and goes, why aren't you on here? And I go, because I don't make them cranky.
I'm a good person.
And then I was reading others. There was like 4 other ones where it makes me cranky when mom does this, makes me cranky when mom does this, and I'm like, wow, this is a thing.
Do you know what I think it is? And I bet you in another generation, it'll flip again. But I think it's because you and I, as kids, always knew dad as the hammer. Always knew dad as the hammer. Even though, like, my dad never really yelled at me, ever, but I was always afraid he was going to.
Sure.
So we want to grow up and have our kids not look at us like we're the hammer, even if it's a subconscious thing where it's like, I don't want my kids to be afraid of me.
It could be too that.
And then eventually it's going to flip where our kids are going to be the hammers, and our daughters are going to be like, I don't want my kids to look at me like I'm the hammer, like my mom was the hammer.
Could be. It could be that also along with I don't care if she doesn't brush her hair. I'm cool with her going to school with her hair not brushed.
I told Kayla once, I was like, I like her messy hair.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's who she is. Like, to me, when she has her hair brushed out and it's really long and it's all like done up, is like, that's not my little girl. My little girl's the one that's got chocolate on her face and her hair's in like 50 knots.
I tell, and it's like, she missed brushing her teeth for tonight. We're okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
she's probably not going to become a drug addict because of it.
Well, I can tell this too when soccer games happen, my wife has lost her cool on Piper when Piper forgot, of all things, I think her soccer shoes or something. She was wearing like slides, and we're getting down, and she just loses it. She loses it. We're gonna be late, and now she can't play her game, and blah 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 blah. And I mean, Angie started crying because she was so upset, and I'm like, whoa. She's trying so hard to be perfect, this perfect parent, getting her kids and all that, and me, I'm like, we're still gonna go. We'll take Dewey because he's got to go to the same field, and we'll have Piper watch, but she just can't play. It's not a big deal. I go, Piper, is it cool that you're gonna be too late to play? And she's like, yeah, Dad, I'm cool. And that was that. But I think moms put so much pressure on everything.
Yeah, I think moms take a lot of the outside pressure.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like there's a lot more outside pressure. Like, all the other moms are going to judge me because I didn't have this ready.
You should have saw it when Piper got a cavity. And my wife's a dental hygienist.
Oh, well, yeah, she should have been. She should have been fired.
Oh,
I actually wrote to her dentist's office.
Like, you saying that right there, that's what she thought everybody was thinking.
Like, she is the worst.
She's the worst mom.
Yeah, man, we're all trying to fight. Like, this is what, unless you guys do sit back and go, like, look at those parents, they're the worst moms ever. People don't sit in their house and think about you.
No, they don't. And I got to remind her that.
Yeah.
It's like even like I think, Dewey brings home words he has to memorize on how to spell. because of the spelling test coming up. And he has to, 3 times out of the week, you got to write off these things that he's done. And there's like, okay, spell the words by write them all out in rhyming words. What rhymes with jump? And then write the rhyme word with that. And blah, blah. And it's some busy work things in there. And it's supposed to be fun, but a lot of it's he's like, I don't want to do that. Angie will make him do those things. And I'm like, hey, let's rip through these. Just tell me you read them. Just see. I want to see if you can do them. And then I'll just write in that you did jumping jack spelling words, so you don't have to do them if you don't want. And he never wants to, but Angie like makes him do all those things. He's still getting the point. He's still doing the spelling, and he knows it. But Angie has to be like this kind of perfect
thing, like follow the rules. Yeah, you know why I don't? Those spelling tests, I don't do well, because what I would do is I don't know if you knew this trick, but you'd have your notebook, because how they did spelling tests for me is that the teacher would sit in the front, and then he'd say a word, and then you'd have to write it down.
Right.
If you just push really hard in your notebook the words beforehand and then take that other page out, the indentations are there.
Oh, funny. I never did that.
Yeah.
I never did. That's a really good.
And then you just trace in the indentation. But now I spell so bad that sometimes Google doesn't know what I'm trying to say.
That's bad. Dude, I remember I had cheated on a test. I took that. We had the answers somehow, and I put it under a notepad, the first sheet of a notepad. And if you press on the notepad, it looks like blank. It looks like a blank piece of paper is just sitting there. But if you press on it, you can see the answers on the other side.
Yep.
And the teacher came up behind me and grabbed my notebook and looked at it, like examining it. I don't know why. And then he said, "Put this under your desk." And I did. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, just to finish that, is I have taken more time to try to figure out ways to cheat on tests.
Yep.
If I would have taken the same time and just studied, I would have been fine.
Yep.
But I didn't want to study, and I just took the time on learning how to try to cheat.
Did you have a friend who didn't need to study?
Oh yeah, and I hated him.
Because I did. My best friend was somebody who didn't need to study, so I didn't feel like I needed to study, and that's why I would do the same thing.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Find better ways to cheat.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Brad Ballinger was his name.
Yep.
And he goes, I go, how do you do this? He goes, I don't know. I can just hear it, and it just goes into my brain once the teacher says it.
Yeah.
And because he's the first person that made me recognize. He goes, this is you. He goes, there's A, B, and C. I go from A to B to C. And he goes, you try so hard to avoid B just to get to C, and it's taken you so long to avoid B. And I'm like, that is very offensive.
Yeah,
but
get out of here.
It's true.
You nerd.
All right. Anyway, didn't get to anything. We'll get to some things next, though. Like Duncan. Because today is Veterans Day.
Yeah, it is.
Duncan and Jake and Tanner thank all the brave men and women who helped keep America running. All veterans and active duty military are invited to stop by Dunkin' restaurants for a free donut.
That's today.
That's happening
right now.
Right now.
Go there now.
What if they don't know where one is?
Oh, just download the app. It's an app, and it's on your App Store, Google Play Store, or the Windows Store, if anybody still has one of those phones.
Sure.
And you can download the Dunkin' app. Dunkin', Dunkin. Boom. I learned how to spell eventually.
Yep.
And you can just do store locator and be like, oh, there's one right around the corner. Cool. And while you're there, become a DD Perks member.
Why would I do that?
Because it's free to do. You don't have to give them any, like credit card information.
Sure.
There's no contract also involved with doing that. And you're going to go to Dunkin' anyway. You might as well get rewarded for being at Dunkin'.
It's limit 1 per guest, by the way. I mean,
yeah,
we thank you, but just don't keep showing up with like fake mustaches and stuff. What?
I don't know. It just felt like a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Hey! One. Okay? We thank you, but we thank you one donut amount. Weird thing. I think I want you guys to know.
Well, yeah, I guess that was unnecessary. All right. So, America runs on Dunkin'. More Jake and Tanner Show next. Maybe we should get those new ones. Stabs. I don't know who puts those together. We need intros, too, but I'm too lazy to put them together. We need a producer to do that. Listen, if you're sitting around and you hear some of our intros, you kind of know what we're looking to make them. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice.
Yeah. Jerks.
You'd be doing God's work.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a Jake and Tanner show. Good morning. 9:10.
God's a guy who used to work here.
Yeah, right. Right. At 9:10, we're going to be getting you qualified for Katy Perry, Usher, Flyaway, Vegas trip, concert, all that cool stuff, man.
Did I tell you that the house across the road from me is for sale?
Negative.
Okay, so the house across the road from me is for sale.
Okay.
And a few weeks ago, a younger couple,
maybe you did tell me this.
in a van came, and they parked on our yard, and our dog barked at them.
Sure.
Because I was like, it's, like, who are you? What are you doing? And I was like, dang it, they're never going to come back. Like, they're not going to buy it. They had a van. They're a younger couple. We could have been best friends. They probably have kids. And I was like, they're never coming back. They were there again yesterday.
Oh, second time.
And the mom, who looked younger, or the wife, was taking a bunch of pictures of the outside of the house. So I think they bought it.
So that's good, right?
I think so. But we don't know if they have kids.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if I'm going to hate them.
Yeah, that's risky, too, because it really is.
It has to be perfect, because the neighbor who used to live there, she's dead now. So, she didn't...
Oh, did she actually really die?
Yeah, she's dead now.
Like real dead? Like dead?
Like super dead. Like classic death. Like not coming back type of thing.
So what you're saying is she's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I've not had to deal with really any neighbors.
Lynn's just said, me, 3430, and Kyle actually bought that house across the street.
Don't you do that. But also, if it's 3430, I'll hang myself. Like, I ain't doing it.
Dude, it's weird you saying that and talking about that you think they're a younger couple and all that. Angie and I aren't the young couple now in the neighborhood, and it's a weird thing where, because every neighborhood I've moved around a lot, so every neighborhood that we've been to, we were the young couple with the little kids, and now we're at the stage where younger couples are moving in with littler kids, so it's just weird. Yeah, it is. Anyway,
I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped to have neighbors.
I would be,
unless they suck. Then it's gonna be the worst.
Yeah. Again, it is a Jake and Tanner show. I forgot what I was going to do. There's something I was going to do, and I can't remember now. I was going to chat with you about something.
Ooh, was it about, Mm-mm. Oh, it wasn't about that.
So I got people spilling the tea on the final straw that made them quit their toxic jobs. If this has happened to you, if you have one of these stories, what was the final straw and you're just like, I'm out? I would love to know if you just walked out of work. I've never done that. I've never just walked out and never come back.
Me neither. It feels like really fun, though, doesn't it?
It does. I've never mic dropped out. I've made an excuse one time at a pizza place. I didn't want to. I'm like, hey, I got to go home. I'm sick. This is my first day.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah, and then I just never came back. But I never have done the whole just mic drop out.
Yeah.
If you have one of these stories, Corks and Caps text line 71090, or you can call us 866-916-0959. I worked at a movie theater for about 2 years. Tell me if this will be fun. Tell me when we read these.
Okay.
If yes or no, you just bounce. I worked at a movie theater for about 2 years during the release of Star Wars, which was hectic. It was The Force Awakens.
Okay.
But we also have to work holidays there. So I was working on Christmas Day when I was informed through the little earpiece that one of the theaters had a mess that needed to be cleaned. When I arrived, I found a pile of grown man's crap on the ground. I put down my broom, and I walked out.
Yep, I'm out.
Is that justified?
I'm out.
Right? Yeah. You just leave right then and there, and you're like, I can go get any job paying me this much.
Yeah, this is minimum wage.
Dude, what was going on in that guy's life? He couldn't leave. He just pooped there?
I want to know, was it solid? Did it look like it fell out of pants?
I don't know.
Like, that's stuff I need to know, because if it looks like it was an accident, it's like, man, this sucks. I might clean that up. But if it's a pile, like a dog left it, then I'm out.
Hi, what's up?
Hi, I used to work at a salon, and I walked out because I was told that I was the problem, that we weren't hiring anybody.
So wait, were you
what
the
does that
one?
even mean?
Were you supposed to do the hiring?
I was doing the hiring, I was doing everything, and I was well overworked and underpaid, and he decided that it was all my fault. So I was like, you know what?
Why?
Have fun without me, and now he's closed.
Did you walk right out like as he was talking to your face?
Oh, yeah.
Did you use him as a reference?
No.
I'm going to be honest. You do sound like the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hire anybody right now.
Thank you. We appreciate the call.
No problem.
Yeah. Hi, who's this?
This is Emily.
Hi.
I walked out of
Wait. Can you take us off speaker?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Thank you. It just sounds like you're in the what is it, the murder dome?
Yeah. Okay, so what happened?
So I was 14, so I just started out. They had me working at Subway by myself on Packer Day. And there was an older lady who had me remake her sandwich 3 separate times because it was overcooked, undercooked, toasted, everything was wrong. So finally I threw the sandwich at her and left.
You did? You threw it right at her?
That's assault.
Maybe not back then. 90s were different.
No, it wasn't.
And they were like, well, you know you're fired, right? I'm like, well, I walked off, so I would assume so.
Dude, I wonder, that's such like a
I would have been
power
like,
trip.
oh man,
like,
I'm fired, unemployment.
That's such a power trip that older lady ended up having, making you redo
I
the
was
sandwich over and over.
14 by myself. I was by myself. No one else was helping me. There was like 10 other people online yelling at me like, hey, hurry up. And I'm like, this lady wants me to keep making her sandwich.
Yeah,
So I'm like, you can just have it. And I threw it at her and I left.
That's tough.
That is tough,
What
yeah.
were you, what kind of job was it?
It was at Subway.
Subway.
Oh,
I was
she
a
said
sandwich artist.
Subway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's tough working with customers all day, and you're supposed to be like, customers always right. But remember, you didn't do the worst thing that's ever happened at Subway, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Subway had a worse employee.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks, Emily. Appreciate it.
Yep.
That is a good way to that's a good mindset to have.
Right.
With Subway. Just be like, listen,
I may have stole from the safe.
but I'm not a diddler.
I took a networking admin job at a company in Green Bay. I told them I didn't want to travel, and they said it was fine. I moved to Appleton from Milwaukee, and on the first day, the director told me I'd be traveling across Asia and the Middle East. I'd be
What?
gone for 6 months. You're like, I don't want to travel perfect. We don't want you to travel.
Perfect.
You're hired.
Move your family.
Hey, listen, we're going to send you out to Japan. This kind of goes along with this, but it's one of my favorite stories it's ever. A woman called, and she's like, she was younger, and she was like, when I was like 17, I was working at a place, and the manager's like, listen, I have to fire one of you, and it sucks. And then he pulls out straws, and we all had to draw straws, and she's like, and I got the short one.
Listen, I'm okay with that. Just be like, it sucks. I have to fire one of you.
If you like them all.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like, and I'm not going to do it off any kind of base of work because you're all great. Or you're all crap. I wish I could fire all of you.
I drove for Ups 7 years ago. A fellow driver was on his route on the other side of the lake. This was wintertime, mind you, and he got a call from management telling him to come back to the plant in Oshkosh. He knew he was going to get fired, so he took the lake road back and left the UPS truck in the middle of the lake. And his wife picked him up, pretty much quit right on the spot. Oh, that is the most badass way to quit. Just a UPS truck sitting in the middle of the lake, like next to a shanty. Shanning? How do you say that? Shanning.
Shanty?
Shannon. Next
Like
to a Shannon. What is it, the ice thing?
An ice shanty?
Shanny.
Shanty.
Shanny.
Shant.
See, and so there's a T at the end.
Well, it's in the, yeah.
Because in Michigan, we don't say it. So I'm like, I thought it might be shanty, but we say shanny in Michigan. It's a shanty, ice shanty. Weird, right? And I would have spelt it C-H-A.
C-H?
Yeah.
Channy?
Oh, stop. You're sounding like you're going to make us get canceled.
I like this rumor.
Yeah?
The one that happened at the Subway in my Coleman.
What happened?
Says the Subway in Coleman where 2 people got caught doing the dirty in the fridge.
That's a thing. I worked at a Mancino's in Clare.
And people do that?
In Clare, Michigan.
Who does that?
Well,
Who has got caught doing the dirty at that Subway?
Glinky and Dawn. And they
last name wasn't both Glinky, right? Wait, hold on.
Dawn was her first name. He was Glinky. Dude, 90s are a different time, Glinky.
I was born in the 90s.
It was just, well, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
His name was Glinky? What's his last name? Glinky?
I can't even remember.
I hate this.
But anyway.
I have ulcers.
Well, no, they called him Glink. And
that felt like a different...
Dude, and they worked like morning shift, those two. And he ended up getting fired because of that.
Not her, though?
Not her, because she was like, she knew the people that worked there real well. They were like friends, and they're like, we got to fire it. We got to let. It was a weird, again, the 90s, man. It was just a bunch of kids running that place.
Yeah. You shouldn't have. That's the weirdest thing when it comes to jobs. It would be like, we're going to let these 16-year-olds run this for right now. And be like, what are you talking about?
No, there's no doubt. There was like no manager there ever. It was just us. And then, especially if you work night shift, no manager wanted to come in during, 5 to 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wasn't Dawn Jake's girlfriend? She was.
Probably right after that, you're like, wait, you get down in a refrigerator?
Well, I did.
We were all 14-year-old boys at one point in time.
That's when she was my first kiss.
Oh, she's dead now.
She died, yeah. She ended up dying at
frostbite?
40 frostbite.
That's messed up, man.
No, I didn't say it. That's weird. I thought about that recently. I'm like, oh, man, someone my age died of a disease.
Yeah, and it's not, you're not 20, so
right.
It's not tragic.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Nobody's making a sticker.
Yep. It's just like a thing like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Hey, let's continue with this. I want to try, look at this, staying on time and everything. We'll play some commercials, and we'll be right back with, did you ever just walk out in the middle of your job, and why? It's the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning.
That's a fun. Can we write that down for a question we can do tomorrow in
Sure.
the 6 of where at your old job do people used to?
Okay. Do the dirty.
Yeah, because this person's like, at the McDonald's I used to work at, people used to go out behind the dumpsters.
Telling you, it happens, man. Claire's, it was just all over. Anywhere you walked in, there was just fornication happening on the floor. That's why they got rid of carpet. Did you know that?
I just let me center my chakras quick. That is not sitting well with me.
So we're asking the question if you've ever walked out in the middle of a job. And the only jobs that in my head that I'm thinking are people that work as like wait staff. Just because it gets crazy busy and people get demanding and you lose your ass and you're like, I'll just go wait tables or bartend somewhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, especially because it might not even be the place you work. You might just work at a place where there's a lot of mean people that come and frequent there, like a Chili's.
866-916-0959 or Corks and Caps text line 71090. Hi, who's this?
Hey, good morning, guys. 3430.
What's up?
I got a story. So when I was a young 16-year-old 3430, I got fired before the start of my shift, and it was so beaten in my head that I had to keep working that I worked through my shift after I was fired and then left.
What kind of place was it?
I used to work at a bowling alley. I used to be a pin chaser, set up pins, pick
Okay,
stuff, chase drinks.
so I'm just trying to get in the mindset. So, bowling alley, 1920s,
Hey!
3430, middle-aged man already by then, and he's pin chasing. Okay,
I love that you got fired and you still worked.
you're like, yeah. Well, that's what you did in the 20s, man. It was either that or you got drafted.
Exactly. No.
Goodbye. I was 15 working at a hometown bagel shop, and the new owner wouldn't give me my check unless I got in the car and drove to his house with him to get it. Whoa. I told him to call my dad. He knew who he was, and he would be happy to go with him. I never went back. Weird. I'm so glad you did not go back. Hi, who's this?
It's a good way to get diddled.
Hey, guys, this is Eddie.
What's up? Oh, Eddie. What's up, Eddie? This is actually Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
do an Eddie Murphy.
That's his real last name.
Yeah, I know, but I want him to be Eddie Murphy.
Oh, he doesn't want to do that. All right, Eddie, what's up?
So, I have a story as far as, having issues on a job and walking out.
Yeah.
I was 27, I believe. I was working at Wendy's in Wisconsin Dells. And we ended up having, a rush hour lunch, and we ended up getting 2 busloads of old people that were going to the Ho Chunk Casino.
Sure.
Heck yeah.
And I was on the grill, and the manager that I had was very temperamental. And I was just my first time doing the grill, and it was full of meat and stuff, and his drive-through times were over. He started getting irritated and stuff. We're trying to get these 2 busloads of people out. And then after we got them out, we were still kind of trying to catch up and stuff with, overstock or whatnot. And he starts yelling at me because I couldn't keep up with the meat. We had 2 busloads of people. It was over 100 sandwiches we had to make in one lunch hour.
Well, he's got to yell at somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He has to yell at somebody, and you were probably, you said you were 20-something. Man, I would have figured busload of old people would have been a lot of chili at Wendy's.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
They were on for sandwiches, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he got really mad, and as he's yelling at me, he picked up the spatula because he was scraping the grill. And, I had one of those grease traps that was in front that drained down in the bottom.
Sure.
And he got so ticked off, he threw the spatula down, it hit the grease trap, and a whole bunch of hot grease hit my face.
Oh,
lawsuit!
That is a humongous lawsuit.
Lawsuit! So how many Wendy's do you own now?
Yeah, I wish I was that rich.
Wait, did you end up suing?
No. I got ticked off to the point where after he went in his office, slammed his door and stuff, and was trying to take a moment to change his pad, I guess. I sat there and ended up, instead of breaking his jaw, I put a fist-sized dent in the sandwich counter, and then I ended up just walking out and never came back.
Oh, you could have sued!
You could have sued.
You could have sued!
Yeah, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money for the retainer to sue him.
Oh boy, I really think you could have made us some money,
You could have
man.
made some real cash.
Thanks, Eddie. We
You
appreciate
guys
it.
ever heard of Murphy's Law? All right,
See
cool.
ya. Do you remember that one guy that called up? I don't know what we were talking about, but he's like, Eddie kind of reminds me of him with his voice. And he said, yeah, I was gardener. And I slept with the mom and the daughter. Do you remember that guy?
I do remember that.
So it's such a weird call. I don't even think we were talking about anything with jobs. He just
we were
wanted to
taking
brag.
caller 9.
Is that what it was?
He just wanted to let us know. I like this. My uncle got fired from a factory job for rollerblading while on the job because
Love
it
it.
made him faster.
I love it. I use this.
Just see that guy.
Guys, Cindy.
This is who?
Cindy.
Oh, hey, Cindy. What's up? Oh, it's Cindy. It's Cindy Parker.
Why did you get fired? Wait, no, what is
I
this?
technically sort of quit fired at the same time. I think they were heading that way, but I quit before they could. But it was exactly what Jake said. I was working in a restaurant. It was a pizza place in Texas, and my boss, the owner, was working the night of trivia, and she doesn't normally work, so she doesn't know how to run things. Well, at the end of the night, I had a trivia pizza that was supposed to be discounted, and she had forgotten about it, so she discounted it. And then the next day at my lunch shift, the other manager approached me about it, and he's like literally berating me in the office. He's like standing over me, and he's like, "Did you or did you not order this pizza?" And I said, "Yes, it was supposed to be discounted for trivia," and I couldn't get a word in. I finally had enough, and I stood up and I got out of the office, and as I walked out, I swiped all of the food dishes out of the food window.
So
onto the
petty.
floor. I
So
was
petty.
mad.
So petty,
So
but I
much.
love it.
I was really upset, and as I left, I called all the servers because then I'm like, oh shoot, I really only screwed them over, and so they're like, that was amazing. I wish I could do it again.
So you became like a hero in some
I'm
people's
so
eyes.
sorry.
Yeah,
I
you were a
love it.
martyr. Did you ever use him as a reference?
Actually, the same manager who was berating me in the office in lieu of the other lady who owned it called me a few months later because he was opening a Bar Louie, and he's like, hey, do you want to come work for me? And I'm like, what? Shocked.
Oh,
He's
geez.
like, I had to do what I had to do. She was telling me about this pizza, and I'm like, okay, fine. So, yeah, I did actually work for him again.
So he was pretty cool after that?
Yeah, absolutely.
bet.
I mean, I actually still have him on Facebook.
Nice. Thanks, Cindy Parker. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Yep, have a good day, guys. Bye.
That's crazy.
There's a kind of not getting fired or anything, but another job story that I absolutely love. A girl called up and was telling. She called in sick. She called in sick to work. Mm-hmm. She didn't say she was sick. She said that her vehicle went in the ditch by her house.
Yeah.
And the boss said, cool, I can come, I'll come pick you up, Lo. Because, it's like, whatever, 20 minutes away. I'll just run over. I got some time. I had to stop at the store anyways. I'll pick you up, and then you can do your shift and all that. So she ended up having, after she hung up, she went and put her vehicle in the ditch. She had
That
to
is
drive it
dedication.
in the ditch because they had to actually get it stuck. So when the boss came, he's like,
I really
okay.
like
So
that.
she didn't get caught in the lie. Ah, what a good story.
Oh, you couldn't have just called back and said, a dude in a truck just passed me by and he pulled me out. I'm on my way.
Nope. She put it in the ditch.
She didn't think about that?
Cindy Parker's back. Yeah.
I guess so.
She learned her lesson.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
She knows. And I accepted. I'm thinking of walking out right now. I basically run an understaffed warehouse. Office people help sometimes with no idea how to do stuff. Ignore me. I'm lonely. I made 15 bucks an hour.
I'm lonely.
I lasted 2 hours. I had a cramp in my shoulder, and I just walked out.
I'm out. I tried to look. They didn't say what they did for a job.
On the cramp one?
Yeah. Because I wanted it to be like, I held up this, or I was a dancer.
I like
or
that it just got a cramp.
I got a cramp. And that's such a, this day couldn't get any worse. And then your arm cramps. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm out.
When I was a teen, I worked at Panera. I hated it so much when I left on break, I called them and said I crashed into a snowbank and then I wouldn't be coming back. And they said, okay, that's fine. Hope you feel better. Take the rest of the day off. And I said, no, I'm not coming back ever. Panera's amazing. I love it.
I love Panera except they got rid of my salad. And I'm
The
not.
salad bowl or...
Spicy Thai chicken salad.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely amazing. It was the only reason why I ever went there.
We just went there last weekend, and I ended up getting.
What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get,
A
bitch?
chicken salad sandwich.
Oh,
with an apple.
I always get the baguette because even though it's the carbs, their baguettes are very good.
I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want them to I thought it was I thought I was going to mess it up.
It's pronounced baguette,
yeah,
not baguette.
Right. Okay. Well, I just didn't.
Can I get the? Can't say it. Apple. Because I'm okay with everybody's lifestyles.
That's what
Jake is here. Give me the apple. Give me that fruit. No, I mean, dang it. Give me that, sir. Sir, give me that fruit. I'm out of here. Not today.
Not today. Cancel culture. Not today.
Not today. Where are you, woke mob?
All right, it's the Jake and Tanner Show. Back next. Good morning. So like an hour, 9 minutes, we give away, or the qualifier, we get you qualified. I think this is the last week to do this for the flyaway to Vegas.
Yeah.
Usher, Katy Perry. Hey, cameras are back working.
Yes, they are.
Watch us live in the studio. You can do it. Also, we do a bonus segment, exclusive content up there for our P1s, along with scams. It's a place to find them right there. And if you text link LINK to 71090, you can be a part of what you're missing. I really want to watch No Man of God. Now, I've seen these before, these type of movies before. It's with Frodo, and I don't know who
is he Frodo?
The guy is. Well, he plays a lawyer. It's Frodo Baggins is a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
And,
I mean, dude, after the ring, you got to move on.
And this guy looks just like Ted Bundy, and who knows what's going to happen at the end of this one. Yeah, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Ted Bundy?
Yeah, Luke Kirby. He's playing Ted Bundy. You think Zach's mad? Zach's like, I'm the Ted Bundy.
I want people to think, when they think Ted Bundy, I want them to think Zac Efron.
Dude, he's so likable.
Zac Efron?
Well, him too, but Ted Bundy. It's just so annoying that he killed people. Isn't it? Isn't that just so annoying? Like, you could have done other things.
No man of God. Let's see this.
And, I just wish he wouldn't have killed people because I wish, he would have been a lawyer.
Yeah, he probably would have been a pretty good lawyer.
Well, I don't know that. Maybe not.
Well, he was a good lawyer without any real training.
Maybe he would have been back on, he still did get the death penalty, so I don't know how good.
Well, you can't kill people.
Well, you shouldn't at all. And,
I thought those girls were going to kill me. 30 cases of self-defense, Ted?
30 cases. Did they end up, because you ended up watching or listening to the podcast, right? No. I mean, not podcast, but Netflix.
I watched the confession tapes, the ones with really him and the video of him.
Did he ever admit to all of...
Yes.
Oh, he admitted to all of them?
Yes.
So the families did end up getting closure?
He admitted to all of them, and then he even admitted to ones that he said there are ones you don't even know yet.
Okay.
And I can tell you where they're at. Some people, I think the yous of the world, like to say that he didn't really kill those people, and he only said that because he was getting the death penalty, and he didn't want to die, so he was like, if you keep me alive, I'll tell you more.
You don't think that was the case?
I don't think that's the case. I think he tried. I think he was like, I'll confess.
So do we know that he killed him?
Yes, Jacob! Ted Bundy is a murderer.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure we know. And stop. I just have questions. Hey, apparently, if you're a true crime person, there's a podcast called Happy Face. And I didn't know this existed, but apparently it's really good.
Happy Face.
And it's going to be made into a series.
Okay.
And it's going to tell the true story of a woman named Melissa who discovered that her dad was a serial killer when she was 15 years old. Could you imagine?
Well, that sounds awful.
Do you think there's definitely talks on a couch after that? Do you think you go to a therapist after that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have trust issues?
Yeah. Oh, the daddy issues. Be like, yeah, well, I have daddy issues. He used to get drunk and yell at me. It's like, really? Do you? Did your dad ever murder people?
Did he have a murder hole?
Did he kill a lot of people? Are there serial killer movies kind of based on your dad?
Her dad, Keith. Oh.
I ain't dancing.
It's a reason. His name's Keith.
Yeah, there's never been a person named Keith that hasn't been a delinquent.
He was known as, or sold drugs to kids. That's...
Yeah,
those two
almost
things.
Every Keith I know has said, I'll sell you a cigarette for $1 to somebody who's like 14.
Yep. He was known as a happy face killer, and because he would draw happy faces on the letters he would leave for authorities. He murdered at least 8 women in the 90s.
Once again, like that one podcast was saying, serial killers are bad, but I do enjoy when they have a thing.
You mean like come find me, like a signage?
Like a little thing, like that, where it's like, it's a happy face killer, and he leaves little happy faces. Like it makes it more fun.
The series is going to follow Melissa as she's contacted by her father to take credit for one of the victims. Wait, what? he's going to follow Melissa as she's contacted by her father to take credit for one of the victims, then gets wrapped up in an investigation. She will see the impact her father's crimes had on the families of the victims and her own identity.
So he was trying to get her to be like, can you just like take credit for this one?
Why?
Well, it's like a compromise. Like what that other guy was saying, like when he was like, don't just say no, give him a choice. So she was like, listen, I'll do this for you. If you take credit for this murder, I'll take credit for the other 10. And then it's kind of like a little, it's a compromise. You don't have to take credit for all of them, just like some of them.
Do I have a trailer for the podcast? Because
wait, do podcasts get trailers?
I don't know. Let's find out. Hold on.
Yep.
Wow. What?
So wait.
Wow.
Wait.
I'm not sure. I don't know
how stuff works. Is that kind of like how it's made?
I don't know. What does she mean by touching?
I think for some reason she's like being a serial killer isn't exciting enough. I also need to add ghosts.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, hey, let's do this really quick. Recommend a podcast. I'd love to hear it. This is only going to be entertaining for just a select few, but stay with us because I got a couple of these. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when Serial came out and took over the entire planet?
I listened to all of it.
So good. Mm-hmm. That is so good. There
With,
is one.
Adnan?
Yes. There is one that I like a little better. And I'm trying to remember it. It's driving me nuts because it was
Two Girls One Podcast.
What's that?
2 Girls One Podcast.
No, is that one?
I don't know.
No, it's from This American Life. I'm not moving on until I find this.
I haven't listened to a lot of podcasts. To be like, I do the Your Mom's House. I really enjoy that one, but that's definitely not for everybody. But I don't do any like podcast series. I watched a show. I watched that Only Murders in the Building, which, by the way, if you're looking for a show to watch, that is a really good one to watch.
What is it again?
Only Murders in the Building. With
Steve Martin.
Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Have you watched any of it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's like 30 minutes and
they're 30-minute episodes.
They're still too short.
I enjoyed it.
I heard it. Tons of people have. Okay, so someone's got to help me out with this podcast.
Okay.
Because I got to find it because I really want to recommend it because it's so damn good. This guy, it's a journalist, right? And he goes and tries to figure out. He gets introduced to this guy that lives in like the sticks, and he's apparently got tons of money, but he lives like he's poor, and he's the most eccentric, weird, smart, he's super intelligent, but also a lot of people think he's dumb.
Okay.
I'm not doing very well on this. I really, how do I figure this out? This American Life. How do I find podcasts and shows for that?
You might just want to Google that. This American Life.
Oh God.
Podcasts.
And she's in it just for a second. She's like in the very beginning, the girl that's Sarah that does Serial. She's the S-Town. Do you feel it? Huh? Do you feel it?
I don't actually.
Now listen.
Is it there?
It's called S-Town.
Okay.
Let me just give you a little trailer.
You definitely told me about this before.
It's really good. I'm going to see if we...
Sorry, I was falling asleep about this man telling me how to fix a clock.
So good. Listen. Mm-hmm. He's not doing a great job of it. I really want people to watch
Of
this.
talking about his own podcast?
Okay, listen. Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, stop with the clock, dude. Oh, dude, stop with the clock. Okay, come on, man. Come on. God, I really wish I wouldn't have played this trailer.
Were you... So there's some people here with insomnia, people who can't sleep. Is that what you're doing? Are you like, this is for you guys? I found this for you. Have you ever wanted to hear
It's so
a
good.
millennial talk about how to fix an old clock?
Dude, it's really
Here it
good.
is.
Can I just tell you what it's about?
Yeah, go ahead, because I'll tell you this. The little snippet you gave me, I'm never going to listen to it now.
Wait, hold on.
Dude,
wait,
we
here's a
drive
sneak
early
peek
in the
of,
morning. I'm going to fall asleep listening to
What
that.
about this? Here's a sneak peek of S-Town. A little sneak peek. Listen.
Swear to God, if it's a clock.
Shut up.
I love her voice.
Okay. Murder.
How did we get from clock to murder, though?
Because he's that dude that he's talking about is a clockmaker or a fixer-upper. Don't swear.
There it is.
He said
Jacob.
I had to dump it, but hang on.
Why'd you go back? Why did you go back to before?
I have to tell you, it is so good. That guy that you just heard from, his name is John something, McIntosh or something. I forget, it's so many years ago,
Yeah.
but he is so interesting. And what happens at the end, you please, do yourself a favor and listen to S-Town if you got time. You're going to be hooked. It's really good. Really good. Listen, Tan Man.
Nope.
No, listen. You know what?
Nah.
I don't think you
Yeah.
I don't think you heard it. Hang on. I don't think you're really listening. Dude, for real.
I'm just trying to find a beam.
For what?
Nothing.
A beam?
Yeah.
You're saying it's that bad you're going to hang yourself?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? It's so good!
Yeah, I can tell.
Happy Face Killer is what we were talking about. What was a podcast called about the Happy Face Killer? Happy Face Killer is the name of that.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, you could have typed that into Google and got it.
Right. Yeah. And then this one is called S-Town that nobody's asking about. But it's so good.
The clock one?
Yeah, no, listen. Somebody listen to it, and then you can tell me if it's garbage. You know what I mean?
That's not the American way.
But what I'm just saying is, like, listen to it and try to prove me wrong that it's garbage, because you're going to be like, damn, that was good. Yeah, I got out of podcasts, too, and the reason being is because radio shows started happening on podcasts.
Yeah.
And you could listen to them. At first, years ago, when we were listening to, like, Serial and all that.
It was new.
It was all
fun.
new, yeah.
Pang said podcast Park Predators. It'll mess with your head and make you freak out when you walk trails at state parks because anyone you pass can just be a killer.
That
seems fun.
Somebody said, I'm so glad I already listened to S-Town because Jake would have talked me out of it. Somebody said S-Town is so good. It really is.
Yeah.
Again, I can't stress that enough. S-Town.
I'm sure it's great.
Jake would have talked me out of it. Yeah. Anyway, I think I've learned a lot.
Me too. There's a dude on YouTube that I like. It's called That Chapter.
Okay.
And he takes a whole podcast. It's great because, you know, like one case, they'll do an entire 10-week podcast on it.
Yeah.
He does it in 20 minutes.
Oh, he just speeds everything up.
Gets all the way through it, and he does a new case every week instead. And it's way better.
I mean, I bet you doing...
And he's from Ireland, so the accent's fun.
Bet you doing Serial would be crazy amount of work to put in. Finding all the audio and trying to
Interviewing that guy.
organizing everything to make it play out like it did.
And doing something like that, and then nothing ever happens.
Right.
Like, dude, that was the most frustrating way, because it just ended once with her being like, and Adnan's still in jail for this crime. And you're just like, how?
Yeah.
I just listened to 22 hours of how he definitely didn't kill that woman.
Do you know what he said too at the end?
What?
We're talking Serial now, not S-Town. But he said, the tip that I would give anybody, just say you did it and just do the time or whatever, or take the plea or something. He's like, because I would have been out 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a big problem with like our justice system's plea deals, because they'll get you to say that because of stuff like that, they'll be like, dude, just I'm just going to take the plea, because if it goes to trial and I lose, I'm going to be in for 3 times as long.
I use this.
Hey, I apologize for calling in again. Don't hang up. Is Angie on board with your TV selection in movies?
She has to be.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a choice.
Because we've let her try choosing before, and it's just garbage.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Fast and the Furious 3, Tokyo Drift.
We can't watch it anymore.
Yeah. The tape is almost ruined.
Not fair.
It's fair. No, trust me. I've actually listened. I've talked to them personally, and I got her movie recommendations.
Yeah, it's all
Jake's
fair.
kind of in the right.
Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Because you don't get those hours back, man.
Right. Yeah. All right, let's get going. Good things you got to do, man.
Okay.
Really, we don't. But hey, I do want to mention this because for 2 days only, tomorrow and Saturday, November 12th and November 13th, Avenue Jewelers will have their big bling sale.
Big bling! Why? Why is this such a big deal, Jake? Jewelers do sales every other day.
Yeah. But here's the thing, man. They do that, right? All those do that. Avenue Jewelers is already priced fair. That's why you don't see Avenue Jewelers doing the sales constantly, because they're already priced at a way that people can afford them.
So you're like those other jewelers, it's like they mark up their stuff, and then when they do a sale, they just basically get down to what Avenue Jewelers price is anyway.
What I'm saying is when Avenue Jewelers says, hey, we're going to have a big sale, it's going to be a big sale.
It's going to be a thing.
The biggest selection of diamond engagement rings at Avenue Jewelers. Every shape and size of diamonds available at Avenue Jewelers. Tons of loose diamonds and ring mountings from their favorite designers. And yours.
Yeah.
Plus, there's going to be a designer in the store that can help design and sketch the perfect ring. Again, November 12th and 13th. Happening tomorrow and the next day. Best pricing, awesome financing. So if you're thinking about getting engaged, right now, time to do it.
Yeah.
Avenue Jewelers is the Fox Valley's favorite place to get engaged. Oh, no. What? Why do I got to do this?
Do what? What's happening?
What is
Vanilla Ice, baby.
Jake and Tanner Show at gmail.com or the?
Jake and Tanner Show at gmail.com. No the.
Password. Is that yours?
I believe so.
Capital?
Maybe.
Let's see. I don't think it is. No capital. I just want to see. We haven't checked this in a long time.
Just hundreds of hate.
Probably. I just want to know if anybody's asking a question. By the way, it's Kiss FM. No, a lot of spam. A lot of spam on here.
Yeah, a lot of porn. So it's almost exclusively that.
Oh, here's a little something the Nuggets cooked up for you guys. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do? Hey, I do want to read this comment that we got.
Okay.
Let me see here.
We got a comment?
Well, not a comment. You know what I mean. She says, hey, guys, just here to pump your ego for a minute. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Oh, here we go.
I read this like 8 times.
Put this into the show plan for the morning.
Yep. I moved out to Denver area a few months ago.
Nerd.
And the radio stations out here don't have crap on you, but she used the S word. They are so fake, cheesy, and try too hard to be local. I don't know. Maybe you two exposing all the radio secrets ruined it for me. Anyway, I'll continue to be a dedicated podcaster and Patreon subscriber. By the way, if you want to be a good person like Amber, text a link, LINK, to 71090. We need more Ambers in this world. You keep bringing up those conversational topics or controversial topics and stirring the pot. I'll continue listening.
Yep.
Don't you ever go full scam on me again. Thanks, Amber.
You're a good person, Amber.
You are. I vote Amber for president.
Well, she doesn't look old enough. You got to be 35. She doesn't look a day over 25.
It's true. But yeah, if you want to do what Amber has going on, text link. That was a weird way to say that. Text link to 7.
Did you just give out her OnlyFans? You want to see what Amber has got?
By the way, that was rude of that one girl.
Which one?
That we interviewed, and she had an OnlyFans, and she's making lots of money, and then she's like, hey, I'll send you a link just so we could do the research, and we didn't be able to do the research. And we take our job serious.
We do.
You know, when we do interviews, we've gotten told a couple times that we're very bad at them.
Howard Stern, when we were talking to, we call him Howie because we're best friends.
Sure.
And he said you got to get your research done with interviews. You can't take them lightly. So we were just trying to get
Yep.
to know what was up.
And we got no link. We should send a message.
Yeah, hey, still waiting on that link.
Did you forget about us? I mean, I know it was a few months ago. Mm-hmm. If anybody wants us to research them on their OnlyFans, send us a link.
Yeah.
Can't promise you an interview or anything, but I'm just saying. What's up, Perv?
Wait a minute. Do you want to start a business?
I do right now. LLC this.
Okay. You know how, like, Rotten Tomatoes is reviewing movies? Already down?
Dude, sign me up.
You send us your OnlyFans and we write a well-written review and give you a 4 or a 1, somewhere between a 0 to 5 areola score.
I like it. And that's what's needed in this world.
Because how do you know which ones you want to sign up for?
Yeah.
Is that girl you went to high school with, is
it worth it?
Is her thing worth $20?
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
And you got to be like, it's almost kind of like Pokemon.
JT review your TT.
You got to be verified. You know what I mean? Like they send Pokemon cards in to say that it's the real deal, and then they get a review on it. We are rating you. We will rate you and give that review. So make them good.
Yeah. Jake and Tanner Show at gmail.com. Send us a link to your OnlyFans. We don't pay because obviously we're also providing a service. You can use us as references on your bio.
Possibly we'll put them up on the Patreon or something saying, you know, these are the reviews of them.
Top 5 OnlyFans of listeners.
We're gonna be a little honest, Lo.
Yeah,
so you got to have some criticism.
Brutally honest. And so we're not just handing out areolas to anybody.
No, not at all. So I like it.
Dude, we could have our own awards. It's like most improved OnlyFans of the year. Not gonna lie, this one in January was rough. Not having a good time.
Kyle said he's going to send his link over. Don't bother, Kyle. We know you're perfect.
5 areolas for Kyle.
Nico actually said, I used to have an OnlyFans. You did, Nico?
How do you go from being asexual to being like, here's my OnlyFans?
I don't know. I'm so confused.
Well, we review any of them.
Yeah, we will. We don't judge.
We had that one
I mean,
girl.
we do judge, but
It's literally our job.
that's what it is.
Remember when that one girl was like, yeah, I'm on P-Hub? And we're like, really?
Oh, yeah, what is your thing?
And
Like,
we asked her, what is your thing? And she was like, I fart.
and we go, what? And she's like, no, that's what I do. And I go, wait, what do you do? And
then
she said it
gave
like
us-
3 times.
She gave us the link. And I was like, there's no way that her thing on Pornhub is farting. And boom, there she was.
She
Just ripping them on the hub.
she's from this area, right?
Yup. I don't even know if that's illegal to film around here.
I was so scared to watch it because I'm like, I don't want to know if I'm in because I've never been down that route. So that would suck if I went home and I'm like,
and I
okay.
know that I'm not.
All right,
So
good.
I was okay with it. But yeah.
Hey, so Christmas is right around the corner.
So what I was trying to say is that we have experience.
Well, we do. And again, we will take it very serious. I need you to know that. Like, I know we're a little new boot goof in here, but know that, your vids and pics, they're in great hands or great hand.
Yeah.
And, and we will definitely do our best to give you the score that you deserve. I think this is going to be a thing that everybody's going to be sending them in from everywhere because they want to get rated by Jake and Tanner.
Yeah. Eventually we will be, I think we'll get sent, people will look at us and be like, I can't believe that there was a time when we didn't have ratings for stuff like this. I mean, you go on Netflix and on the top it says, we think this is 96% something you'll like.
Yep.
And Jake and Tanner say, there's an 82% chance that this is going to do it for you. That's a dude.
If you're into this, and this is
you're gonna
only
like
thing. Yeah, you're
this.
going to love it.
Because as of now, you go down to the recommended videos on the sites, and they're all random. Who knows what they're throwing up there? Their algorithms don't even really exist.
Back in the day, Hustler did this for the movies. It ranged. I can't say that, but yeah, it ranged from soft ice cream to hard ice cream.
Yeah.
Dude, it needs this, and if we don't jump on this right now, it's going to be taken by
Yeah, we
other.
can't do it with movies. Listen,
No, nothing.
we want
movies.
nothing to do with movies. Mr. Skin's got that 100% taken care of.
We're only doing OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
We're
And
moving along.
we'll start up a thing called Only Critics.
Nico said that just to leave me alone. I was on a whole journey in my whole life.
Good job.
No, I get that, Nico. She's going to see if she can access it.
Once again, if you want to be our guinea pig, that's fine.
Who is going to be the first one?
Somebody has to be the first one. Okay?
It's great.
Neil Armstrong was the first one to walk on the moon. So Elon Musk could put us on Mars.
Yep.
Will you be our Neil Armstrong?
You're doing God's work.
Thank you. Once again, God is a guy who used to work here.
Yeah.
This used to be his job.
Yeah. So Christmas right around the corner. Can you read this in your Mr. Anderson voice?
Yeah.
Because
Where
this
is
is what it looks like Pang just sent this over. This was 1960s. You're not going to be able to see it. You get on Facebook, it won't let you click it, so I got to give you my phone. This is like a 1960s Christmas ad, okay? And I thought this would be so. Just think this could be.
Oh, just so much porn on here.
Stop!
What?
I said never. Hey, go back to the thing.
My God!
Go back to the thing.
There's so much.
Just give me, and I'll get.
Okay, there. I got it back. For bridal showers, a gift to please the groom. This Taylor dial roast meat thermometer tells even the newest homemaker when any roast is done. The way he likes. Easy to read, easy to wash. Or just give Taylor combination candy and deep fat thermometer. Some type. Same type. Same price. $3.79.
Dang.
Taylor's. Instruments mean accuracy first.
Doesn't that seem expensive for a meat thermometer?
In the 60s?
Yeah.
That would have been like 40 some odd dollars.
That seems expensive.
It feels like a lot, but it's so simple even a woman can use it.
It's true, and it's crazy. This is how it was back in the day, where you have to understand when you hear this.
It's not us being sexist. It's just the way the world was.
I can't believe women really wanted that stuff for Christmas.
They didn't. Let me tell you that right now. At no point was there a great awakening from women like, I don't want meat thermometers anymore. What happened was women were allowed to speak up.
Well, and yeah, they really couldn't say anything at that point, you know. And their job really was that. Staying home.
Make sure your husband's happy.
And make sure your husband is happy.
Your number one job. Make your husband happy.
What a time.
And you know what the other thing that I always thought was crazy? Even further back, if your wife didn't give you a son, she was like, you'd get rid of her. You'd be like, that one's bad. Like, I need a wife that'll give me a son. And could you imagine the pressure of being a woman?
Yeah, they
But God, I hope it's a boy.
I think it's nuts. We told a story that back in the 60s or whatever, if you talked back to your wife, you could send her to an insane asylum.
Bye.
Whoop whoop! Here they come. If you mouthed back,
I'm sorry. Sorry. What'd you say, Edith? You said you don't like the meat thermometer. Whoop whoop! We got a bonkers one right here. Hi, Edith. Huh?
And then they come back and they're like, "I love the meat. I just don't send me back there, please." It's just wild, man.
You could put your wife on timeout. Yeah. Just think about it. You'd put your wife in timeout, and other men would come and take her, and then just.
Was like I know
for a while.
It's just crazy.
That's such a weird time. I like go even farther back. Go to the 1800s or the 1500s or whatever. When if you didn't like your wife, you could just say, "She's a witch." she's a
burner.
Witch. And I say we all just get together and we start her on fire. How about it, guys?
Yeah.
And then as she's burning, it's like, what's she doing, man? She said she wasn't in the mood.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, so.
God, it's terrible.
I wanted mashed potatoes, and she gave me fries.
Hey, we're going to do a take from Jake and Tanner.
There's still lumps in the mashed potatoes, and I like them smooth.
Big thanks to Prospera Credit Union Life Stage Personal Guidance. We give away money, and we do it next. Still checking the emails, not getting anybody sending in the OnlyFans. It's sad.
It's hard, man. It's hard for people to want to be trendsetters. I'm sure it took a long time for Martin Luther King Jr. to be like, I think I'm going to stand up.
Yeah, it's true, man. And it's risky. I mean, to people, I know it's going to work, but I think people are hearing it. It's like NFTs and Gary Vee screaming about NFTs, getting involved in the NFTs. This is ground level stuff and all that. And that's what we're doing with this website.
Yep.
Right now.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to be playing a take from Jake and Tanner here in a minute. All you got to do is text. Nope. You're going to be calling 866-916-0959. We should try one time over text.
Over text? Yeah, that won't lead to any cheating at all. Nobody's ever gotten one wrong on a text.
We're at $80 today. $80. Hey, Veterans Day. Don't forget, Dunkin's got you covered there. Go get a free donut. And I want to just give a big thank you to, all the veterans. People out there that can do something that I don't want to do, so I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you're built the way you are, so you don't got people out there like me doing things.
Oh, yeah, you and I are running away.
Right, exactly.
I was talking to a mom of somebody I graduated with, and she was talking to me about how, like pretty much everybody in her kids, like, either joined the military or they're doing something manly.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, they're all out in, I think it was like Wyoming right now, and they're tenting, and they're hunting elk, and they stay and they tent and they filter their own water and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I know where to go when everything hits the fan, because my internet went out the other day, and I almost ate my youngest.
I told
my family will be food.
But I told you Wyoming's a place to go for radio, man.
For radio?
Let's go.
Yeah, you want me to go to where they think that Brian Laundrie killed that girl?
Well, Wyoming is we can go there too.
Yeah, but what's the biggest city in Wyoming?
Tanner, you're asking like I've done any kind of research.
Yeah, and what happened to Vermont? Not that I want to go to Vermont, but what happened?
I think you do a little bit.
I never want to go to Vermont.
Well, then you're the one that brought it up. Vermont's beautiful too. You can walk across the state in like 2 hours. Did you know that? And I think they get you a free mountain bike when you go there, and it's God's country.
I thought that was Arkansas.
Oh, is that where we're going?
I don't want to do that either. I've been to Arkansas.
With you. Let's go look at the
dry
country,
counties.
Let's go to the country. Look at it. Let's get a mini house. All of us could live there. Oh my God! Set up some cameras because somebody's dying.
Holy cow! I would. Outback
Steakhouse is giving out free bloomin' onions for veterans today.
That's my favorite thing, because Jim is a veteran. Jim on Demand is a veteran, and he has like a list. He has a big list of stuff. He's like, I make my rounds.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's a week's worth of calories there for you.
And literally, he says, he was like, because I'm a veteran, I did my time. This is my day. So I said Happy Veterans Day Eve to him yesterday, and he's all excited to go get all of his free things.
Oh, and you get a free Coke too at the Outback Steakhouse. So you're around. I mean, that's 17,000 grams of sodium. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What am I? Are you trying to ruin this?
Yeah, you've been a weird, odd kick today with that. You're like, I think that you shouldn't be mean to people who are mean, and also, these things that they're giving away are bad.
They're not. They're not. It's just like 2 weeks of. I love the blooming onions. Starbucks running.
You ain't never had no blooming onion before.
You can get some things at Starbucks. Dunkin' is the big one.
Dunkin's got the free donut and everything like that. And it's the best one to go to anyway.
Yeah, other restaurants, Olive Garden. What? Yeah, dang.
What do you get at the OG?
I don't know. I didn't do that much research.
Oh, you just know that there is something?
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings.
What do you get there?
I don't know. It's just like these are.
Are you just saying things? Are you looking at your Facebook ads that are on the side?
These are offering deals for vets.
Blender cups.
And by the way, it's not veterinarians, so don't get any ideas.
Nobody thought that.
Well, I have to say, and it's veterans. If I say veterans, don't just go run out, because you save animals.
And barely you do.
And barely. All you do is murder mine. That's what happens every time I go in there. You got to put one of them down.
Well, yeah, because you don't bring them in there enough. And then when you finally do bring them in, then they're like, this is the sickest dog I've ever seen in my entire life.
riddled with everything. Texas Roadhouse.
What are they giving away? Jake!
I don't know. I'm IHOP.
Probably pancakes.
Denny's. You will have to vacuum.
Yeah. If you're a veteran, we won't vacuum near your table. And that's how we say thank you.
Applebee's. California Pizza Kitchen.
I've never been to one of those. I know where one is, but... Oh, Chili's.
Hooters.
I've never been to a Chili's where I haven't seen somebody yell at a waitress.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that happens.
Somebody, if you're at Chili's, just know somebody's about to yell at a waitress somewhere.
Perkins free pancakes. Dang.
They do pancakes at Perkins?
Basically, most chain restaurants have some. Dude, that's annoying. That's annoying that we don't get any like that kind of stuff too.
No, we didn't have to put our lives on the line though.
Okay, but still, it seems weirdly like it's kind of like giving women discounts on an oil change. An oil change place did that. Well, hey, it's not fair. Hey, I was a fireman too, man.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You were not. You never went out on one call.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Not to a fire, but I went to the nursing home.
I was a international rock star. I never left the country.
What do you?
Well, I'm just saying.
You're just being a jerk.
It's
now.
the same thing.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, a fire alarm went off in a nursing home.
And what did you do?
We had to go stop it from going off. Yes, I did.
You just said you never went out on a call.
I never went on a fire call. I mean, it was no houses burning, but still.
Were the old people just lonely?
I don't know. They wouldn't let me on the truck.
Wait, were you the Dalmatian?
I was clapping. Good job, guys. All right.
Kids like to see when there's somebody in there, so we always keep one in.
You ready to play Take from Jake and Tanner?
Yeah, I am, actually.
Right.
I feel smart today.
You should.
I have a few things I got to do after the show, which means that I'm a little, my brain's a little foggy.
Oh, fog.
But
all right.
Also, I did some self-care on the way to work this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You feel good?
Well, it's not my fault that an ad for Old Navy came on.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
So
$80 up for grabs. We're going to have to move fast. Tanner, leave the room if you could. We're going to get your opponent now. Hi, who's this?
Gary.
Hi, Gary. Gary, you ready to play? Have you won in the last 30 days, Gary?
Nope.
All right, Gary.
Hey, can you tell Gary I think he's dumb?
Hey, Tanner thinks you're dumb.
Perfect.
Let's prove him wrong. 5 questions. You can't pass. If you say pass, that's going to be your answer. We don't come back around to the questions. Tanner has left the room. He can't hear the questions. We don't want him to because that would be cheating because he's going to get asked the same questions after you're done. If you win today, you're getting $80 thanks to Prospera Credit Union. Tanner wins. It goes up $20 every day. He wins, so it'll be $100 on Friday. Okay? If the lowest time wins when it becomes a tie. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about your answers. Are you ready, Gary?
Yep.
Time begins at 3, 2, 1. A potato famine caused thousands of immigrants of what nationality to travel to the U.S. in the 1840s?
Like European? I don't
Jumpman
know.
originally was the name of which Nintendo mascot?
Mario.
What name is given to an overweight boy with glasses in the book Lord of the Flies?
Pass.
What is the average lifespan of a butterfly?
2 weeks.
What does DNR order at a hospital stand for?
Do not resuscitate.
Time. Ta-da! All right, Gary, I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to grade these all together. Stand by. See if you're going to get $60 or not. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
All right, your time begins at 3, 2, 1. A potato famine caused thousands of immigrants of what nationality to travel to the U.S. in the 1840s?
Irish.
Jumpman originally was the name of which Nintendo mascot?
Mario.
What name is given to the overweight boy with glasses in the book Lord of the Flies?
I don't know.
What was the average lifespan, or what is the average lifespan of a butterfly?
1 week.
What does DNR order at a hospital stand for?
Do not resuscitate.
Time. All right, Gary, let's go through these.
Gare.
Potato famine caused thousands of immigrants of what nationality traveled to the U.S. in the 1840s. Gare said European. Tanner said Irish. Irish is correct.
Oh, the Irish like their potatoes.
Jumpman originally was the name of which Nintendo mascot? Both said Mario. That's what we were looking for. 2-1. Tanner leads. What name is given to the overweight boy with glasses in the book Lord of the Flies? You both passed. We were looking for Piggy. What is the average lifespan of a butterfly? Gare said 2 weeks. Tanner said 1 week. Looking for a month. 2-1. And what does DNR order at a hospital stand for? You both said do not resuscitate. It's exactly what it is. Tanner, you win that.
I win, Gary!
3-1.
I win!
Thanks, Gary.
You have to
Appreciate it,
change
buddy.
your name now. You're Monica.
All right. Let's do this really quick.
What is it?
I'm going to tell you.
I hope it's about something that we both know about.
Well, for 2 days only, November 12th and the 13th, Avenue Jewelers is going to be having their big bling sale.
I am actually pretty excited about this because when I got my wife her engagement ring, I was dirt poor.
Yep.
And now I'm just poor.
Right.
And luckily they have their sale because I can afford to upgrade my wife's ring now with a much larger diamond.
And when they say big sale, Avenue Jewelers means humongous sale.
Avenue Jewelers doesn't do sales
Right.
often because they price their stuff fairly. And when other jewelers are like, we're running a sale this weekend because it's this weekend. And they're usually just dropping their prices to where Avenue Jewelers is already at. So when they're doing a sale, you know it's a big deal.
This Friday, this Saturday, tomorrow, and the next day, November 12th and 13th, doing this. The biggest selection of diamond engagement rings, every shape and size of diamonds available, all price points, great financing options. So if you're thinking about getting engaged, you might want to do it. If you want to upgrade your diamond, you might want to do it.
Yeah, because Avenue Jewelers, Fox Valley's favorite place to get engaged.
Our bonus segment, you want to be a part of that, text LINK, because we're going to be doing it next, LINK, just to our P1s. Text LINK to 71090.